Give thanks for this comment. I think I can elaborate a little bit. True, when my sister was possessed, the demon was afraid to consume garlic and nutmeg. Again, this is powerful. And again, I want you to know that when you are sick, the body has a very low frequency. A very low frequency which creates an environment for other entities to occupy. And remember, when you are in a very low state, a desperate state, a sick state, you are actually in a begging state. So you are like you're in the ocean holding on to a toothpick for help. So at a point like that in your state, you will open up yourself to just about anything for help. You see? And that is the time low frequency entities can hijack the system. And this is true when the soul is leaving the body upon death. Upon death, you have low frequency entities that tries to hold on to the soul, hold on to the body, hold on to the soul, so that the soul doesn't transition, because it feeds on the soul while it is here. But the presence of a garlic or a nutmeg or a clove or cinnamon or Guinean weed or basil creates high frequency molecules or stimulate high frequency molecules in the brain and processes, and actually regenerate some of the neurons like the astrocytes and the pericytes. These are actually higher dimensional cells. The astrocytes regulate the astral body that deals with color, that place that you go when you're dreaming. So these compounds, like the garlic, contain some sulfur containing compounds, very potent. The allyl compound, the disulfides in garlic, they are very powerful, especially in warding off ischemic stroke. But they also stimulate neurons in the brain that produce important amino acids like GABA and neurotransmitter chemicals like acetylcholine. Guinean weed is potent as well in warding off spirit. Put three leaves of Guinean weed under the pillow and you ward off spirit. This is a traditional practice in many countries. You see? If you have some more, you can tell me too, but Guinean weed is potent in this. Garlic is potent. Nutmeg is potent. Basil is potent. These are plants that can stimulate a higher astral body. You know what I mean? Elevate the astral body. Elevate the physical body itself. The mental body, the etheric body. These are the bodies that we must raise the vibration. When we raise the vibration of your body, it's very hard for low frequency entities to hijack it. And when I said low frequency entities, I want you to understand that there's what is called spirit molecules. I told you about DMT, dimethyltryptamine. It's a spirit molecule. A spirit molecule is a high frequency molecule. It operates at the gamma level. It's like the aminobutyric acid that you call GABA, which is GABA aminobutyric acid. It's a high frequency amino acid. The same is true for DMT. The same is true for even your pinoline from the pineal. These are high frequency molecules. They put your brain into a heaven state, blissful state. People just understand this. This is a simple thing, you know, that there are compounds that can put your brain into blissful states. What is wrong with that? They are found in plants. You can stimulate them from your brain itself. It is a whole factory. This is a whole chemistry lab right here. You can do it by yourself. I am being so passionate because I'm coming to this point. If they are spirit molecules, why don't you think they are demonic molecules? There are demonic molecules, and these molecules and entities and microorganisms is what they use to create dark spells, curses, what you call X's and obeah. They are there. Some of them are in your in plain sight. You see, one of the most dangerous low frequency compound that almost all of us black people have inside our body, keeping us in this sorcery state, low frequency state, is a compound that you call botulinum A. You see, botulinum A is one of the most demonic molecule on the planet. The most toxic molecule on the planet is botulinum A. Botulinum B is toxic and F is toxic too. All are toxic. A, B, C1, C2, D, E, F. They are all toxic. But guess where you find botulinum A? In milk. But it is present in plants, and control, plants and the soil, But you never get infected. But guess what? It is activated by milk. Cow's milk. You ever put down a bottle of cow's milk and see how that thing swell up? Soon after, Clostridium botulinum is in that thing. Every one of these dairy industry, they have to pasteurize the milk against what is called Clostridium botulinum. One pinpoint of that toxin can poison millions of people. So they actually process against this terrible toxin, this terrible bacteria called Clostridium botulinum, because they produce a toxin called, it's a neurotoxin too, straight to the brain and control your mind. So watch people who drink milk. They are on a similar frequency of mind control. This is how serious food is. It carries low frequency entities and molecules, spirit molecule, low entity molecules. Clostridium botulinum produce botulinum A, and that is a neurotoxin. It is also implicated in achalasia, people who have difficulty swallowing, cerebral palsy, MS, ALS, all of these neurological issues start with your milk. Your milk with a dirty gut, Clostridium botulinum, feed on your milk, produce botulinum A, a neurotoxin that goes straight to your brain and control your brain. With the help of parasite, it goes to your brain, put your brain on a different frequency. You are on that cow's milk frequency of thinking. This is why your body starts to become and look like the animal. You are being wired neurologically. It's a neuropathological thing. You see? It is using a different epigenetic pathway, hijacking the real epigenetic pathway that will rather release acetylcholine. So, that is a spirit molecule, that botulinum A from cow's milk. When that thing is starting to spoil and it makes it in your gut. Another one is the morning sickness drug. What they call morning after sickness that women used to take. The theobromine. I still remember it and tell you about it. Another one, there's so many. The alcohol is another one. The meat, what you call this meat? Pork. Pork has a particular parasite, again, you put it on a different frequency. Music, the 440A frequency. There are many things that you can use to create low frequency molecules and maintain them in a low frequency state. You get what I'm saying? So when we look at dark magic, look at molecules at that level interacting with subcellular components in your body that can affect your astral body. That's where demonic spirit resides. Ghosts, the astral plane. And you have astrocytes that they can hijack so that low frequency entity can enter the astral plane. Alright? Thank you for this.